This is our first career fair, and we are so excited on the response that we've gotten. For those of you that are not familiar with the Office of Systems Integration, we have a monumental mission. Anybody that receives public assistance in the state of California receives it on technology solutions that are either directly managed by the Office of Systems Integration or that we oversee. So if you start looking around, 1 in 3 Californians are on the systems that we manage. That's huge. And we do that with about a staff of about 300 state employees. We probably double that up with contract employees. And we are at the leading edge of trying to transform the way that we do government. So how many people thought, hey, government can be done better? Me? Look at everybody's hand should go up, come on. Okay? If you think government can be done better, we agree with you. Talk to the hiring managers today and get some information about us. But we also know one of the things that government can do better is the hiring process. And we know that it is a challenge to apply for and get feedback on state jobs. So we have our human resource professionals in the back. If you have a Cal Careers account, they can help you sort of maneuver those things. If you haven't set up a Cal Careers account, they will be back there. They'll work with you one-on-one. You can see that all the computer stations are filled up with people. They'll work with you to be able to help you through that sometimes frustrating process. But the one thing I wanted to say to you today, other than thank you, is come help us transform government. When we look at, we are honored to be able to serve probably California's most vulnerable citizens. That is something special. Sometimes people can't provide for themselves, and they need technology solutions to be able to do that. Expectations on technology have changed. Many of you are IT professionals, you know that. We have systems that are state-of-the-art 1989, okay? That is not meeting expectations. So what we're doing is we're going through a transformation process. We have national demonstration projects in this room that you will hear about that are being looked at of saying, how do we do government different? This facility, this space, houses our child welfare digital services. Just by government saying digital services, we're starting to do business different. We're also taking responsibility for our technology solutions, and we need technology professionals to be able to do that. Okay, so get some information today. Talk with people today. Follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. Maybe right now isn't the right time for you, but share that information. Follow what we're doing. Follow our transformation. One of the things that we say, we will guarantee one thing. We will make mistakes. But we want to have an environment that allows us to make small mistakes and to change and to get better. And to work together to do that. In this building with Child Welfare Digital Services, this isn't about OSI. This isn't about the Department of Social Services. It's about working together. We have partnerships with 7 different vendor teams upstairs. 58 counties are represented upstairs and on how we're doing business. The Department of Technology, the Department of Social Services. Just down the road, the most successful health benefit exchange in the nation is run at a facility like this. It's in the news all the time. You know, when you talk about Obamacare, what's going on, how things are going to happen. In California, we have probably the most successful exchange in the nation, and it takes partnerships to be able to do that. And so we're working through those things. We have positions that are open there. When you start looking at how benefits are delivered, the electronic benefit transfer project is here to be able to talk about that. Whenever you go into any food retailer, they could swipe cards to be able to do that. That's every food retailer across this great state of ours, managed by 300 state employees. We have over 50 positions open, okay? So we are happy that you're here. I think we're gonna pass them out around the mic and just have a few people talk to you today. I'll wrap things up. We don't want to take too much of your time, but I'm going to introduce Peter Kelly, who's the Chief Deputy Director of OSI.
Thanks, John, and I'll keep it really brief. You said pretty much everything I wanted to say. And really, this is about you all connecting with our staff to hear what we're doing and find out if there is a fit. One of the things that John says when we go through the interview process is it's as much us interviewing you as it is you interviewing us, right? We want to find a good fit and a good home to create a family of people that can come together and do this great work. So, you know, grab someone that's got a badge on if you're not sure where to go. There's all of these horrible acronyms that don't make any sense, and just say, this is what I want to do, or this is what I have experience doing. Can you help me find someone? If we've got one of these badges on, we'll help you do that. Absolutely. So thank you so much for coming out. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day, and hopefully we can find good connections. And so with that, I'd like to turn over to the Deputy Director of Child Welfare Services, Tony Fortenberry.
Good morning. So now I'm going to pitch the project. So the cool thing about Child Welfare Digital Services is that we're building software for all the county caseworkers who actually provide services for children's welfare and foster care and so forth. The cool thing is this is one of the avant-garde, it's the largest open source software project in state government in the country. And so it's a demonstration project. We're being watched by many other state governments. A lot of different state projects are looking to this project to see guidance on how to do the future of technology in government. Now, having said that, the project can't exist in a vacuum, right? There's all these state processes that we interact with. There's how to hire people, how to hire dozens of people a year. There's state networking, there's procurement. And so whether it's technology or other state processes, this project is serving as a bit of a catalyst for, how can those things progress and go forward. So the cool thing is, if you are interested in working with the project, it's, I believe, interesting in and of itself, but it's also interesting because it interconnects with so much of the change and the ideas for change that are going on both at OSI and throughout the state. So I think it's a very cool place to work. I think it's a very cool group of people. The building is beautiful. We have collaboration space. It looks very private sector, if you will. It's kind of cool. We'll do some tours if you want to see the building. And we hope that you'll consider telling us what you're interested in and what you'd like to do, and see if we can possibly work together. Thank you.
So yes to everything Tony said, but think about something else. Every day, there's a phone ringing in a county, and there's reports of abused or neglected children. And a social worker has to make a decision. Is that child going to stay in that house? Are they going to be pulled out for their own safety? What's going to go on? Is somebody going to go into foster care? Aren't they going to go into foster care? How are they going to interact with the court systems? And a lot of times those social workers are spending too much time on their desk entering data and not enough time out in the field using mobile devices, mobile technology, state-of-the-art technology to be able to protect those kids. That's what's being done here. And that's what we need help on doing. Okay? James.
Hello everyone, my name is James Duckins. I am the project director for the Cal Hears project. Cal Hears, like that John just mentioned, Cal Hears implements the Affordable Care Act, aka Obamacare, for the state of California. And I'm really happy to see all you here. Hopefully this table that I'm pointing to right here, this is staff that we're looking for folks to come and work for Cal here, so please come by. We have a very important role that we play. We provide healthcare services for over 2 million people in the state of California right now, and it's a really important job that we do. And if you want to do something that you feel like I'm going to make a difference in the state of California, I want to actually interface and help people, this is the place to come. So welcome.
Thank you, James. One of the things, many of you have seen the commercials for Covered California. This is the IT backbone for Covered California. We're coming up on open enrollment starting November 1st. For those of you that have gone out to the Covered California website and started looking for insurance and stuff like that, there's a whole new application experience using state-of-the-art technology that we've implemented for this open enrollment, and going through that process to make it more user-centric. One of the things that we've been going through is changing the way that we're doing government it has been more of a waterfall approach, and we're changing to more of an agile approach and user-centered design and using those principles. So that's one of the things that you're gonna see on Cal Here's is a brand new application experience. All right, who's our next speaker up?
Think I am. Hi, everybody. I'm Sarah Dion. I'm not gonna stand on the spotlight. I don't know how you can do that. I'm blind. I'm Sarah Dion. I'm the director of the CMIPS project. The CMIPS stands for Case Management Information Payrolling System. And like my predecessors here said, I work on a program that makes a difference for 1 million people. And that's really exciting to me. So this program is to support in-home supportive services, which provides personal care services so that people can stay at home, so the aged, blind, and disabled folks can stay in their homes. So like I said, we affect 1 million people, so I really like that. My team, we have a very simple set of goals. We have 3 of them. 1, deliver a system that meets the needs of that program. 2, procure a follow-on M&O contract. And 3, make this a great place to work. So in that first one, meeting the needs of the program, as John said, we're really trying to bring innovation to the state of California. So we're very excited. We most recently started taking our timesheets, which have been paper timesheets for the last 20 years, and actually put them online and created our first public portal. So we're very excited about that. As far as procurement, we're procuring a big contract. So I hear people talk too much about that, but we do look for people with contract experience. That's a big part of OSI's mission too. So that's for those in the audience that are not techies but are more on the contract side. We really need people like that too. And finally, making this a great place to work. Just being here today, OSI doesn't look just at how to help our customers, but how we make this a good place for our people. And one of them is hiring good people. So our HR department put on this fair today, looking at ways to make this place a better place to work. Thanks.
Thank you, Sarah. Again, the impact that the program, the in-home supportive services has on the public. Aged, blind, disabled. People that may not have the means to provide for themselves, but they want to stay in their home. There's a way to be able to do it, and now there's a way to have modern technologies that Sarah and her team are evolving to be able to make it more efficient and more effective. All right, John.
Hi, my name is John Gabler. I'm with the EWIC project. We are working with the Department of Public Health to automate the WIC, the Women, Infant, Children program. I'm sure you've seen this logo in grocery stores or on the dairy cases, and it's a manual-based system. And so for the next 3 years, we're working to automate that system statewide. So we have a couple of technical positions open to do that. One thing I really like working here at OSI on all of the projects, I was at EBT as well, you're about 1 or 2 layers away from 1 million participants in California. So instead of working on systems that eventually may make government more efficient, in some of the larger agencies, at OSI you're working a layer or 2 away from the people who are actually going to benefit, which is good, but also puts a lot of pressure on you because the mistakes you make are also a layer or 2 away from everyone. But we like to rise to that challenge. We like the pressure. So again, we have a couple of technical positions open, so come by and visit us. Thanks.
How many of you have been in the grocery store before and there's a poor individual that's sitting there, they're frantic, they might have kids and stuff like that and have to take out coupons to be able to look at and see what qualifies for WIC benefits, what doesn't, the line's backing up, there's pressure on that individual. That's what we're changing here. By having a new management information system, it will streamline enrollment for the individual. So we're going to be working with over 600 community-based organizations once we have our contractor on board, to roll that out. And then it'll be interfacing with our electronic benefits transfer system, so then it's on a debit card to be able to do that. And that's just in the next couple of years. But that transforms that individual as they go into the grocery store. They've qualified for those benefits, and they can be able to do that and be able to receive the services that they deserve. All right, other comments? Kelly.
Hi everyone, my name is Kelly Hassenplug and I represent the Office of the Agency Information Officer. Although we are not an exciting project that OSI is representing today for our CHS departments, our office reports to the agency undersecretary and assistant secretaries that are assigned to each of our departments. And what's really neat about our organization is that we get to see this from a higher level and make sure that we're making connections from a governance perspective, making sure that we're following our information strategic plan for the agency. We also oversee over 50 projects within the agency portfolio, from project planning through active projects. This is an exciting place to be, and I can tell you from experience, OSI has the most innovative projects going on. So by all means, please come by our table. We have an agency enterprise architecture position that is open. We have a couple of senior staff ISA positions open. So I encourage you to come by our table as well. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you, Kelly. And I see a couple of versions of our strategic plan sort of floating around. Take a look at that. When we say we're going to do government different, we're looking at how do we implement across these various projects and across the systems shared services. How do we share those services so that our projects aren't in silos? We've designed government and projects in silos. Think about the people that are applying for benefits in the state of California. Sometimes they have to traverse 16 different applications in order to get their family supported. So that's designed for government. That is not designed for the public. So how can we flip that and begin to use shared services to start to take all of these important projects and start designing it for the public so they can efficiently look at that. So the AIO's office is looking over our strategy. How do we use shared services? User-centered design. We have a mantra, leverage or be leveraged. So as we're building our solutions, either leverage something we have or build something that can be leveraged into the future. So those are the things that the AIO oversees for us. Who else we have? We have any more speakers, Bill? So we will wrap it up. I think the most important part about today is you having conversations. Make sure that as your interest peaks, hopefully it does, that you go back and talk with our human resource professionals. They will walk you through a process that we will admit can be frustrating, okay? But that's why they're here, to give you that attention and to be able to work through that process.